The status bar is an area at the bottom of a primary window that displays information about the current window, such as what is viewed. What I mean is, any primary window that you open on your computer screen has a particular feature known as the status bar, and it gives you the information that is current information happening within the working space of that particular window. Now, in Microsoft Word, the status bar is a section that lies below the activated horizontal scroll bar that gives information about where you are in a document and which feature you are currently working with it, or which feature that you have enabled, which is currently in use in that particular activated primary window. So this is a brief description about the status bar. I'm going to walk you through a practical illustration where the status bar is located, what are some of the features enabled, and also how you can manually activate some features on the status bar to keep you going when creating your professional document. Now, I have this beautiful Word document open as usual from Banahene Tutorial Collections, and when you want to get access to this status bar, you move to the bottom of this window. We have this section known as the status bar. As you can see, I am moving my mouse pointer on this bar, that is this horizontal bar located here, and this bar is known as the status bar of Microsoft Word. Now, there are some elements activated on this status bar. I'm going to walk you through gradually and individually. When you move to the left side of this status bar, we have this feature known as page 1 of 3. This tells you, or this gives you a descriptive information about the pages that you have created in your Word document, and also the current page that you are situated in. So this tells me that I have 3 pages in my Word document, and currently I am situated in page 1. So when I scroll to page 2, now I am situated in page 2. Therefore, when I move to the status bar, this gives me the current information about the page that I am situated, and also the total pages that I have in my Word document. So this tells me that I am located in page 2, and also we have this page 3, and we have this page 2. So this tells me that I am located in page 2, and also the available pages that I have in this document is page 3. Similarly, when I move to the next page, this is the next page, and that is the last page of this Word document, and this tells me that I am located in page 3. So this is the information that I have here, page 3 of 3. So this tells me that I am currently in page 3, and also I am having 3 pages available. So this is the first feature of this particular status bar that gives you the current information of your page, and also the number of pages that you have in your Word document. Another thing that you can do with this particular section of this status bar is, when you click, you will get this beautiful and also very good looking window, and this window is known as the navigation pane, and also it can be called the navigation dialog box. And this option here, which is the navigation pane, gives you this individual tabs that we have here. We have headings, we have pages, and also we have results. We also have this search box here, which is search document. So anytime you click on this particular option, this gives you this particular window that we have here, and this window gives you so many options you can utilize in your Word document. So this is called the navigation pane. This gives you this search box that we have here that says search document, and as usual, this window was activated by the help of the status bar. So in this search document, since you have a created document, you might have a lot of pages. Personally, I have 3 pages in my Word document. Yours might be 10, 20, or 30 pages. And if you have a particular information or an item you want to find, you can use this particular window and use its feature, that is the search box, to search for a particular item or a particular information to get access to in your Word document. So let's assume I'm searching for Banahene Tutorial Collection, and as usual, we know that this particular text or information is located in page 1, and currently I am located in page 3. Therefore, if I want to move to Banahene Tutorial Collections, I have to scroll up to page 1. But this window gives me an easy way to find certain information quickly. So in this search box, I can type Banahene Now the beautiful output that we see here is this search has quickly jumped me to that specific page that consists of this particular item. So you can see that now I have jumped from page 3 to page 1, and when you move to this section we have page 1 of 3. If I erase this would jump me back to my previous page. So I have moved back to page 3, and that is the information that we have on this particular section, page 3 of 3. But anytime you search for something in this particular field, it jumps you to the page in which that item is located. So let's try it one more time. So after making this search in this search box, I have this Banahene selected, and this is going to showcase you the page that this particular item is located. So this is the power of the status bar. We are going to have in-depth tutorials on every section of this status bar, so I'll urge you to stick around, watch this video to the end. You are going to learn a lot about the status bar of Microsoft Word. So the function of this search box is to search for some items in your Word document. Now beside this particular search box, we have this arrow, let you explore other options, and these are personal to you. Just take your time and walk through. You can have some options. You can also have some replace option, go to, graphics, tables, equations, footnotes, and also comments. And because we have this field, you can use this item that we have here to search for some items in your created document. Now we also have these tabs here that says headings, pages, and also results. And this heading, when you click, this is where you have some heading styles for your Word document or some items in your Word document. And when you look at the screen tip, it says create an interactive outline of your document. It is a great way to keep track of where you are or quickly move your content around. To get started, go to the home tab and apply heading styles to the heading in your document. So this particular feature has nothing activated in this window, therefore we can do it manually. That is, you can select some text in your document and apply some heading styles to it. So after selecting your text, you move to the home tab, and in the styles group you can select any of this. What is going to happen is this is going to create some headings in this particular pane, and this also helps you to have easy navigation in your created Word document. You can modify this by applying some font or font style. That is, I can move to this font group, and then I'm going to change the font type, the font color, the font size as well. And then when I'm done, I can move to the next page. I also have this heading, and I can apply heading 1 to it, and then you can see that this is creating different kinds of headings here. The advantage of this is that when you click any of this, it jumps you to that specific page that consists of this heading. If I click on this jumps me to that particular page. So you can see that this is an easy way of having quick and also perfect navigation in your Word document. So you can create a lot of headings depending on the number of pages and also the manual heading that you've typed in your created Word document. So that is the power of these headings. You can take your time and then have this applied to your document that you've created on your computer system, and you have a better use of it. When you move to pages, this tab displays the pages that you have in your Word document. So I have page 1, 2, and 3, and this tells me currently I am located in this particular page. When I click on this jumps me to that specific page that is selected in the navigation pane. When I click on this jumps me to that page 1 because that is what is selected under the pages tab. So that is the function of this particular individuals. We also have this result here. This displays the results that you have searched in your Word document. Let's assume that I search for. Now you can see that in this search box I have searched for footage, and now this tells me that I have 25 results because I have this result tab here, and this tells me where these footage that have been identified are located in the Word document. And as usual, since this is a navigation pane, when you click on any of this is going to jump you to where that particular item is located. So when I click on any of these results that we have here, it jumps you to that particular page. So as you can see the preview in this particular area. So anytime I click any of these items, I get to that particular page. So this is an easy way to work with the navigation pane, which is activated by the help of the status bar. So these are some of the options you can utilize with this section that we have on the status bar. And when you are done with the utilization or the manipulation of this particular feature, you can click on this X button to close this particular pane. The next one that we have beside this is the number of words that are typed in our Word document. Now you can see that we have one of 644. It means that in this Word document I have 644 words typed, and currently I have one selected. That is why we have it as one of 644. So this section also gives you a clue and also provide you some information about the words that you have. If I select this paragraph and move back to this section, this tells me that I have 47 words selected out of the 644 words. So anytime you select a word, this is going to show you this particular option on the status bar. So that is the function of this particular feature. So when you add more or additional words, so when I move back to my status bar, I have 645 words. Previously we had 644. So this status bar gives you the information about the words that you've typed and also the words that are selected in your Word document. So this gives you an overview of what you are doing or what you are operating within your created Word document. The next feature is this particular feature, and this is called no proofing errors. That is the proofing element that tells you if you have some error, that is grammatical errors or spelling errors in your Word document. This option is going to help you to correct them. So when I click, it tells me that we are finished checking your selection. I want to check the rest of the document. You can choose yes or no. Now it says that spelling and grammar check is complete. Therefore, we have no proofing errors in our Word document. So this is also another feature. If you don't have this feature on your status bar, do not worry. Along this video, I'm going to show you how to activate this particular feature. Now, you also have this option that says insert. You might not have this located on the status bar. I did it manually and I used to perform a certain task in my Word document. This activated option tells you wherever you have your blinking cursor or your insertion point located, you can quickly type a text or any content in that particular section. So when this is activated, it means that when I click, this becomes my insertion point. Therefore, I can type anything in this particular field. So as I am typing, you can see that this blinking cursor is moving forward, and also it is blinking, meaning it is ready to receive a data or a content in my Word document. Now when I click on this option, now this changes to an option called the overtype. And as I said earlier, if you don't have this option activated, do not worry, because I'm going to show you how to activate it. So when you place your pointer on it, it says when you type, this is going to overwrite where the cursor is located. So let's assume I place this cursor here. Now this cursor or this blinking cursor is blinking in front of the W of this particular word when. And when I start to type, you can see that as I am typing, this particular text that I typed as overwrites whatever existing content that was located in this area. So the function of this particular feature, which is the overtype that we have here, it helps you to overwrite certain text that are in your Word document, especially when you are doing some editing of your text. You want to use the existing text as your reference and use that to modify your document. And this is a perfect way of using this function known as the overtype function in Microsoft Word, and this is activated by the status bar. So that is the function of this particular feature. When you move to the next one, this talk about macros. Macros are automatic operations that you can configure and apply that to your Microsoft Word to perform some actions for you without you doing it manually. So this particular macros is also very needed. We will have more tutorials on this particular feature, but when you activate this, this helps you to apply some actions which are going to work automatically in your Word document. We also have this accessibility or investigate option. When you click, this opens this particular pane and it says make your document more accessible. Improved analysis and one-click actions make it easier to reliably fix accessibility issues. So this is when you want to collaborate this document or share with other people, or giving this document to some people who might have a bit of accessibility issues. You have to make this stand out to improve this particular document so that it will be very easy to be accessed by whoever that gets access to this particular document. So it says keep accessibility checker running while I work. So when you go to this inspection result, we have errors, missing alternative text. So when you click, it says picture 1 and it says recommended actions, add a description. It means that this particular picture is a stand-alone picture and I have no descriptive text that is going to describe this particular picture. Therefore, what is going to happen here is that whoever gets access to this document will have this picture but will not understand what this picture is talking about. So it tells you to add a description and also mark as the creative. When you move to this option, it says picture 1, image or object not in line. So when I click, it says place this in line, mark as decorative, and also these are the recommended actions that can be applied to this particular picture. So the accessibility options gives you the option to solve some issues in terms of accessing this document, whether shared or whether collaborated with other people. So anytime you want to proof your document and make it look very accessible to others, make sure you use this feature known as the accessibility, where you're going to investigate your document and perform all the necessary recommendations that is going to make your document look very perfect in an accessibility mode. Now when you move to the far right of this, we have this focus option here. These are some view options you can give it to your Word document. When I click on this, this turns my available document into a focus mode. That is, my attention is moved to the Word document, and this is going to ignore the side-by-side interactive features that are around this document area. Therefore, my focus is on this particular document. So when I'm scrolling, I only see all the informations in this Word document. So if you want to move back to your normal mode, you click on this ellipse button, then you choose the focus mode, and this brings you back to this original document. So that is the function of this. We have this option known as read mode. When you click on this option, you have your document in a read mode where you can read your content based on your preference. So this divides your document into different sections, and that is going to be a read mode preview. So you just click on this arrow to read your document, and I think this gives you a clear way of reading your document and identify some errors manually in your created document. So to get back to the normal mode, you click on the view tab and then you choose edit document. And the next one is this particular option known as print layout. When you click, this is already in the print layout mode, and the next one is the web layout. When you click on this option, this displays your document in a web layout mode. That is comparing this to your web browser, how text or documents are previewed within your browser. This is how it's going to be previewed in your Word document. So you can see how landscape mode it is, and this is a better way of viewing your Word document. This is not sectioned into pages, rather it has been previewed in a web layout mode. Now when you move to this section, we have this area known as the zoom area or the zoom box. This allows you to decrease or increase your Word document to view all the content that are available. So if I click on this, I get this dialog box, which is the zoom dialog box, and it tells you to zoom to 200%, 100%, 75%, and you can also type a manual percentage in this field. So when I select this and click on OK, I have this in the 100% mode, and this can be applied to all the view options that we have here. So if I choose the print layout, click on this number, which is 100%, I can choose 200% and click on OK, and this is going to zoom in your document in a 200% zoom level. So these are the options you see on this particular status bar. Let me jump to the 100% mode. Now, how do we activate some options on the status bar? When you place your pointer on the status bar, you can right click, and you're going to have all these options available. We have formatted page number, we have section, we have page number, we have vertical page position. You can run through all these options and check the one that you want to have. So looking at this, when you click on this particular option, this is going to check this option and have its effects on the status bar. So now you can see that I have page 1 here. It means that my cursor is located in page 1. If I move to page 3, now this tells me that I am formatting page 3. So this tells me the page that I am situated. You can even ignore this and use this particular option. And when this option is activated and you have a click on it, you get this find and replace dialog box. This tells you where you want to jump to. So if I want to jump to page 2, because already in the go to what we have the page selected. So if I type 1 and click on go to, this will jump me to page 1, and that is also going to change the page number in this particular field. So this is a power tool of the status bar. So when I right click, I have another section. That's when you have some sections in your Word document you can check page numbers. If I check this, this is going to deactivate that page numbering option on the status bar. We also have vertical page positions, line numbers. So if I check this, now this tells me that I am in line 1 because the cursor is located here. If I choose this, the cursor is blinking here. This tells me I am in line 6, meaning when you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the cursor is blinking at line 6. So if you want to identify the line number in your Word document, you need to right click and activate this particular option. We also have colon, word count. So if I click on this, this is going to deactivate the word count. But when you click, this activates the word count. So this options gives you the room to activate some options on the status bar. So when I get to the status bar, this particular option, which is 649 words, when I click, it provides this word count dialog box, and that tells you the statistics that is moving on in this Word document. So we have pages 3, we have words 649, we have characters with no spaces, and we have characters with spaces, we have paragraphs, and we have lines. So this gives you the clear overview and statistics of your created Word document. Using this option, you can also use Ctrl Shift and the letter G. This also provides you with a word count statistics dialog box, and this gives you an overview of whatever is happening in your created Word document. This tells you that the status bar is a great feature in Microsoft Word. So when you right click, we have other options such as we have track changes, we have caps lock. This is when you check this and your caps lock is on. This is going to give you the information that it is on or off. So if I check this, you see nothing on the status bar, but just be vigilant on the status bar. If I hold the caps lock, you can see now this tells me that the caps lock is on. If I press, it moves off, on, off, on, and now this is the caps lock that is activated. So it means that anytime I press on the caps lock to turn it off, this particular option will be off. If I press the caps lock to be on, this particular option will be on. If I press it to be off, this option will be off. So that is the power of the caps lock that is found on the status bar. So when you are working within your Word document, this particular section helps you to have a better understanding of your Word document. When you right click, you have other options such as selection mode. When you check this option, when you select this particular option, what you have to do is you right click on the status bar and you're going to check this selection mode. So when I select this particular word and check whether this is in the selection mode, then what you're going to do is to press the functional key F8 on the keyboard. Now when you do this, just use your arrow keys. This is going to select all your words in your Word document without adding any additional key to this particular arrow keys. So this is called the extended selection. So whenever you want to extend your selection, you just have to select a word, enable the selection mode, then you press the functional key F8 on the keyboard and use your arrow keys to select your words. So that is the function of it. If you want to cancel, you can press the escape key on the keyboard. Now if I select another words and then I hold the F8 on the keyboard, using the arrow keys to select, if I want to cancel this operation along the way, I'm going to hold Ctrl Shift and the functional key F8, and this is going to deselect the selection. Let's assume I'm going to select these two paragraphs. So when I click F8, select these paragraphs, and now if I want to deselect, Ctrl Shift F8, and that is going to deselect. So this manipulation is called selection mode. And when you have this done and you move to your status bar, we have this called block selection. That is, we selected this particular option and that is called the block selection. So anytime you right click on the status bar, you have all these options available. Even when you look at this area called the zoom area or the zoom slider, when you click, this is going to deactivate the zoom slider. And also we have this zoom option. When you click, this is going to, so you have the option to take off all the options in your Word document that is available on the status bar. So you can just uncheck all these options. Now when you get to your status bar, we have nothing available on the status bar. This is also another pro tip where you want to deactivate all the functions or the tools on the status bar. So this is the status bar and its features and how you can move around with this particular status bar. And I believe this is an in-depth tutorial for you to understand the status bar of Microsoft Word and how it works. And I hope this video has been of helpful. Please, I'll urge you to like, share, comment, and also consider to subscribe for more content from Banahene Tutorial Collections.